Test. 1, 2. Hey, folks, how's it going? Click the wrong button there. Hey, Jeffrey. Hey, 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 hey. Enough talk about me brown, Jar Jar. No, say me black, me slim. Me tell, Burrow Banto, no fat me DJ. Fat bald head, and dreadlocks, and carry me weak spot down in me diamond socks. My favourite colour that are yellow and black. Do it less white. I am white. I can't be any less white. You're very white indeed. I am. How's it going, both of you? It's good to see you. I'm the whitest of white. Especially with this light on there. We could do with dimming this a bit, couldn't we? It's very bright in here. Thank you for your purchase. How much money you spend? How much you like? Yeah, kind of. I thought, okay. Cold steps kind of stuff. I enjoy the most. It's very brutal, that latest EP. So I really enjoyed that. I sell emotes, you sell the best emotes. Give me credit card information that we can make you dancehall singer. Yeah, might need a lot of money to do that. So you like the noise more than the grindcore? Yeah. Well, I kind of based it a little bit on how much music you produce per EP. Why? No, I actually listened to the whole noise. Listen to it all and go, you know what, I like this, I'm gonna give money. I've not bought any of the who's gonna make more. Even though grindcore had less songs, it took more effort to make than the noise. Yeah, I liked them all. To be honest, I was buying them over the course of a few hours, and I only actually hit the button at the end. So I can't remember how much I spent on each one. I just kind of just went, yeah, that sounds the right amount. And eventually I just hit buy. Yeah, I think I judged it per song count, typically. There we go. I'm less white, a little bit less white. The frame rate's not great on there, but yeah, it's not great generally. We'll switch over. I've had to move stuff because Damien is in my usual spot for my equipment. New one, a Sigilum. What do you think of the non-dubstep electronic? I really liked it. I liked all of the releases actually. In fact, I've got this one open here for play. Yes, I enjoy music stream noise brought for multiple complaints when you like it. Yeah, it's an acquired taste. I like the drums in the noise EP. If it wasn't for the drums, I would have liked it less. Light, you and I only non-weaklings, yeah. Now, if you had less drums and more distortion, I would have liked less. But you put any heavy drums into a music track, and I'm there. Like the new EP for Cold Step, it's heavy on the drums, so I'm quite liking this. Hi, Buggy. How's it going, MH? Goals to make breakcore mixed with noise. I like it. I like breakcore. Slow down a little bit, just in case it's overpowering my voice. Good, glad to hear, mate. Sounds a bit different than normal, right? You understand the wobble doesn't fit. Yeah. It's a bit darker and you're a bit more early pendulum mixed with a bit more industrial, I suppose. Well, I like it a lot. Too different than normal, so in comes Kevin. I was going to ask you about Kevin actually. Nice little pixel art. Made some cool pixel art stuff. Ah, cool, MH. I like, yeah, pixel art is awesome. I've thought about trying to do pixel art, and so I'm not skilled enough to actually get something with minimal pixels. It takes a real artist. What do you want to ask about Kevin? Is Kevin like a regular humanoid? Is it kind of like some kind of cryptid creature, or is it more monstrous? Because you're obviously only shaving the face. Or is the point that we don't really know much about Kevin? Kevin is friend. Okay. Kevin is part Debbie. Okay. Yeah. Kevin is friends, yes. Let's put a picture of Kevin. So Kevin is on the album art for from listening to right now. So watching the cat so he doesn't start typing stuff. Look at myself like the script says. So this is Kevin in the album cover. Well, it's pretty wobble, but other qualities. Which one's doing that yet? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you're kind of starting with a minimal information about Kevin. Sorry, but must curse you with remembering Geoffrey. What was I doing? Oh yes, I know what I was doing. It's fine, Kevin. There's Kevin. I shall put Kevin down the bottom there. Geoffrey is not friends, but Kevin is. Yeah, I was doing some work today listening to this. I was listening to all the EPs while I was at work. Well, Kevin is very beautiful, yes. Yeah, Kevin is definitely got some visual qualities. As a rule, is my own favourite of the releases today. Ah. Also, Venom released a new album today, and I released something with Venom cover. Yes, I liked your Venom cover. Visual, yes. Quality, no. I think one of Kevin's qualities is a pretty smile. Yes. Look at those glistening teeth. Thinking of glistening teeth, actually, before the stream I was watching Alien vs Predator. It's one of my favourite movies. It's I like it. I know it's not regular kind of canon to Alien stuff. Hey, Captain Krabs, how's it going, dude? First one? Yeah. First AVP. I've not actually seen Requiem yet. So I thought I'll watch the first one again and then I'll put on Requiem probably after the stream. First was better. I've heard this. That's why I'm not too much of a rush to watch Requiem, because like the first one was great. It's a good fun movie. Like it doesn't fit the canon of either franchise. AVP Requiem. So they called the second Alien vs Predator movie. Very well, I gotta go say hi to Colt as fuck, okie dokie. We'll see you shortly. Yeah, I like anything to do with Alien. I like most things to do with Predator. The AVP was a nice film for me. Plus they brought in the actor who played Bishop from the first Alien movie to play Wayland. Which I thought was a nice touch. Advanced Vector Formula. Yeah. AVP. Your message not going through again. Oh no, bot. How's it going? Good to see you. Sad to hear your messages aren't. You need to work out, is it YouTube that's stopping your messages? Oh, I can see. Yo, MHL, Junkie, and Jiffery. Yeah, I saw that message there. My bot seems to hide a lot of messages. Hi, bot. Hi, bot, indeed. Yeah, my little chat window is so small it disappears. Lance Hendrickson, that's the one. Have his autograph on my wall. Nice. Soup. Yeah, he played both characters extremely well. Like Bishop. It was Aliens, wasn't he? Play Bishop because Ash was the robot in the first one. Actually got to work with him on SWTOR. Wow, that's awesome. How was that? Was I'm assuming he was a pleasure to kind of work with. Soup Scammer, yes. The Soup World. What's Rain World? Have we played Rain World before? Rain World? No, Rain World. I've heard of Rain World. Strangely enough, English is his second language, so it was a little rough. I would never tell. You could never tell from the movies. It's a game about survival. Very cool. I'm not sure I've come across Rain World before. I'll sure check it out though. Please enter credit card information to find out if I'm a super scammer. Yeah, I would have never known so that English was his second language. But yeah, I just love the characters he's played. I don't play a lot of games because I'm buying them. It's out of the question, and my PC's potato. There was thinking of PCs being out of date. I was looking at the spec requirements for the next two games I want to buy on PC. I'm going, I might need a slight upgrade. So I want to get the Lego Batman Arkham Dark Knight game. Can't remember what it's called. That's coming out soon. And then the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. But then both of those need a little bit of an upgrade. So fortunately I can get away with the Lego Batman. But Assassin's Creed is going to be a push. It's a bit of a shame. But Black Flag is one of my favourite Assassin's Creeds. This one, credit card number is 1234 123 213 213 213. Security pin 911. Sorry, you're not a winner. Better luck next time. I can't remember what we were doing on this project last time. I do apologise if my speech isn't particularly great at the moment. I've got slightly swollen lip. It's making me a little bit slurry. Where my soup? We are soupless. We are soupless to requirements. Sorry to hear about your lip. What happened? I don't know. It was fine all day. And whether I ate something or accidentally bit it, it's just seems to have swollen slightly. There's a couple of places. Maybe I caught it on my teeth. It's all good though. It's just in the way. Doesn't really it's not really irritating otherwise. Now I can't recall we solved the crashing issue. I think we might have. They have not been selected to know the truth behind the soup scammer. Maybe after donation of soup, you'll find out. Better luck next time. No soup this time. Right, let's have a quick drink. Maybe that'll help with the lips. Okie dokie. Something I still need to do for certain is the input system package warning that keeps coming up. But that's not affecting gameplay. That's more kind of project. I advocate for your hat. Your hat in Trine Force start. Advocate for your hat. It's true, yes. Yeah. It's weird that not all players get hats. You're hatless. Oh, that's the end of a Colt album. Let's close those. We don't need Kevin on the screen anymore, do we? Let's hide Kevin. Goodbye, Kevin. Oh yeah, this one. Very similar sound. I can see that's some of the same plugins were used. You'll get 1 free soup if you order 50 soup because of the hat advocating. Hello, Panda. Hey, Cobbler, how's it going, dude? Good to see you. Pit keying before I sleep. Cool, that's all good. Thank you for dropping in to say hello. I do appreciate you guys who are on different time zones, because I don't think there's a single person here that's on a British time zone that I'm aware of. I think you're all kind of all working for different time zones. So I'm fully understanding if you can only drop in for a few minutes. Especially if you're a streamer yourself and there's so much setup before a stream. You think you just click a button and you just sit there talking. 11:24 here. Ooh, you're 2 hours ahead. Yeah, that's late. Especially if you've got a reason to be up in the morning. Let's do something I know that needs to happen. Go to main menu. So one thing that doesn't work is clicking the continue button doesn't actually colour in the levels you've unlocked. About to hit the shower, but I'll join after for a bit. Okie dokie, cobbler. Enjoy your shower. I'll see you shortly afterwards. Right, let's have a look at this. Let's continue. Is it level select? That's the one. So we'll have a look at the script. Let's switch the fan on for a little bit. It's it warms up in here very quickly. Cool. I should hopefully cool us down. Oh yeah, I know this was causing us issues. Or at least I think it was. It's confusing why the crashes are happening, because it'll crash, I comment code out, it stops crashing, I uncomment the code, and it's no longer crashing, and then it will crash again at some point. It's so cold here. Ooh. Yeah, it's starting to get quite warm here in the UK now. Especially today. 73 degrees here. Ooh. Let's translate that into English. $22. 22 is a nice comfortable. I think yeah, we're about the same sort of temperature here actually. It's when it gets to 25 degrees Celsius. What's 25? So 77. When it gets to 77 Fahrenheit, it's getting very sweaty weather. And hottest it tends to get in the UK is about 86. If it gets any hotter than 86, like the country comes to a halt. It's lovely in some ways, but then you can't do anything. Almost summer here. It feels like it here, to be honest. The annoying thing with British weather is that even if it gets closer and closer to summer, you get sort of hot days and then rain days, kind of on and off. It's a gamble of which weekend will have sun and which weekend will have rain. So I think this weekend is rain, but all through the entire week up to this point was sun. It's a shame because you're stuck in an office on the sunny days and then can't go out in the rain. I'm slightly confused by my cat. I'm not going to question his motives. It rained for like 2 days here, even though it's so freaking cold. Rain on the warm day can be nice. I've had it before, like midsummer, nice bit of rain, cools down the air. You don't mind even being out in shorts and t-shirt when it's raining because it's a refreshing relief. But when it's cold, it's just, oh, no, I don't like it. Rain's supposed to come in summer, not winter. Ah, it makes sense with the warmer weather. It kind of draws the water up. What are you doing down there? You find a comfortable spot to sleep. Cool. Okay. Dog walk. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. We'll see you both shortly. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to rethink how this kind of works. But this code basically just shifts the model back and forth by 0.2 while simultaneously lowering the Y value. So kind of, as it moves down on the Y axis, it shakes back and forth on the X. Which it looks visually cool, but for some reason more recently it's just not handling it. So have a quick look at the whoops, too far. So the castle's what shakes. This entire empty is what does. Is it that? No, it's the module. The code's not in there. Okay, then the code is here. The code is on the parent and it affects this. So I'm wondering whether there's a problem with this having a collider. We turn the collider off for now. Because the ground has a collider and that has a collider, and I'm wondering if the collider on this has a problem. Last night from like 9:30ish PM till 1 AM I did some work on my game, but I have no idea what I did yesterday. I'm scared, kind of scared to open Godot. That's why you need to leave yourself notes. Annotate what you're doing, or at least make a little note at the end of the session. But yeah, I've done that before. I've done some coding, look back at it and went, what was I trying to do here? What the hell does any of this do? I have to step through it and reinterpret what I've just typed. I've been working on a virtual fish tank in Godot so I could learn it. Oh, nice. I have thought about just doing a simple project in Godot just to get a feel for it. Because I got some Godot 101 kind of tutorial stuff I can follow. So I'd like to do that with Godot and Unreal, just to know the engines. So if I need to make a project that I feel would do better in another engine, that I can just jump in there. Sometimes leave notes, but most times don't matter. It's easy not to. You think, I'm gonna remember. I don't need to leave a note for myself. Yeah, if you end up not remembering, it's such a ball ache to come back to where you were. Virtual fish tank, you say, sounds cool. Yeah. I made one called Pixel Tank on stream using a different engine, basically making a sequel to it. Oh, nice. I need to try and catch up with some of your streams, Grabs. I'll occasionally see you go live and able to open the stream, but I'm going to sleep most of the time, so unable to actually watch live. But I should really put some VODs on when I'm at work. Go live at night, my time, which is probably late for you. Yeah, like East Coast, my time. East Coast to my time is 5 hours different, so. Yeah, 5. Yeah. So if it's 5 a.m. for me, it's midnight for the East Coast. So there's so many streamers across America that I'd love to watch, but live at 8 Eastern. Usually that's 1 a.m. Yes, basically. So I'm sometimes still awake at 1, but I'm not in any real kind of state to focus on anything. I'm usually just kind of mindlessly staring at something at 1 a.m. thinking I should really sleep. But if I see you go live before I actually close my eyes, it's kind of a click, because my pillow for my bed is literally just here, so I kind of rest my head, click on the screen. I try to do my day streams on weekends sometimes. Oh, cool. I'll try and keep an eye out. I had a cool idea where you play as a tiny blind animal and you have to survive. You could leave like a scent trail so you don't get lost and can learn echolocation maybe. Ooh, that would be a different mechanic, wouldn't it? Like, it depends how you represent the animal's senses to the player. Like, things like echolocation gets an idea what's the immediate barriers around you. So you know there's a wall there, there's a wall there. You don't know what's beyond it, you can't see the context, you just know there's a barrier here and there. The same as smell, you can go, well, in this direction I can smell something, so you can kind of have like probably like a glow, I suppose. A visual representation of a smell will be like a glow coming from a certain direction. Same with sounds, you can have kind of like a ripple. And to navigate around effectively a dark area. Sounds like a cool idea. I wonder how you would implement. Yeah, that'd be an interesting exercise to go. How do you implement a visual gameplay for a player character that doesn't actually have visual input? Because what is it like to be blind? Like, I can try and walk around with my eyes closed, but I only know what it feels like it would look like. Like if I touch a wall, I can imagine the wall, but I don't know how you would. Yeah, it'd be an interesting exercise. I reckon it would probably get some attention if you can represent blindness in the game. Your scent trail is just like a line. Echolocation kind of just makes it flash for a second, but it might change it. Other animals' scent is also kind of line based. Interesting. I'd like to see how that would come out. Definitely make a prototype for it. Yeah, I think even if you just have like a dot or a square on the screen or something that represents the animal, and go, how would you see these different senses? Because effectively, it'd be like walking through a maze. You don't know where you are, where you're going. You're just trying to use as many clues as possible to get there. What about the other sound though? Maybe a glow from their position. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be interested to see how that would develop. Move some of these things off my bed. For such a small creature, I have to be very accommodating, don't I? You can't play with the Stream Deck either. I dare you to make it. You're hitting print screen. What do you want to print the screen for? Oh, cat. Yes. Music stops. What's so interesting about the corner of the keyboard? Because it's pointy. I have so many screenshots that my cats took. They're trying to catch incriminating evidence. It seems so. We done? Cool. No, it just wants to try and knock the keyboard off now. The keyboard is in the prime sleeping position. Needs to be moved. A cat does not like to feel on my keyboard. Oh. Now, some cats absolutely love keyboards. I don't know what it is, whether they feel this keyboard is a magical item that draws our attention. It must be eliminated. For it is a competition. Welcome back, Cobbler. I hope you had a good shower. Well, I used my external keyboard for my cats. It's a nice bed, yes. I've seen photos of people having to have two keyboards next to their computer. One that the cat sleeps on and one they actually use. She doesn't like how it clicks. Ah, that's fair. Yeah, this makes a weird sound and I do not like it. Do we have another? We've got 10 hours left of Bandcamp Friday if you want to buy any Bandcamp songs. I personally do not have any music up on Bandcamp. There'll be plenty of artists out there that's worth a purchase. I'm going to play some regular lo-fi now. Yeah, about that level studios. Right, now I have save it. I just want to see if the colliders are causing me issues. So I was showering as an idea. Ah, shower faults. What about have a slight camera shake, like at 0.05 strength for each hit on the building? Oh yes, camera shakes are very good effects for emphasizing impact. So yeah, I like that idea actually, Cobbler. Because at the moment it's just very static. It's just like the only movement on the screen is when the player moves left and right. And there's just the animation of it throwing the rock. Now, because I've taken the collider off, it's disappearing through the building. But because of the way I've built it, the building itself is inconsequential to the actual mechanic of the game. because its mechanic is reliant on a kind of like an invisible facade in front of the building. Older child doesn't want to necessarily play with a younger child. Or the game is a one player. And it's just easy to give them a controller. Although I found Sonic 2 on the Sega Genesis was quite good for that, because second player could play as Tails and didn't really impact the game negatively by being there. If anything, they benefited the game. So that was always good to have the second sibling playing as Tails. She can cheese the bosses very easily. Be right back, okie dokie bot. My cat always thinks she can walk on blankets, and at least 3 times she's jumped down into a piled up blanket. Gets very confused. I've had it with my cats in the past. Is I've had a cardboard box, like an empty cardboard box, but the flaps of the box just kind of folded over, and she jumped off the back of a chair onto what she thought was a solid box, only to find that the flaps were just kind of resting, and she just kind of goes straight into it. Very amusing for everyone. Because that'll help make the player feel the weight of the rock. Indeed, yes. I've seen it recommended for like if you land like a heavy hit in like a melee type fight, or like if anything hits the ground, a slight shake on the camera is enough to go, oh wow, that was such a large hit, even the camera shook. Yeah, because you got the sound of the rock hitting when they got the collider switched on, but just a little shake, just to indicate, yes, this rock is heavy, it is hitting this building. Oh yeah, yeah, I certainly will do that. I haven't done any camera shake stuff yet. The camera's been very much just a passive object within the game so far. Not sure how important it is, but it would be nice if the bar on the left would have a easing to the bottom instead of snapping. Yeah, because it just kind of jumps, doesn't it? So basically when the timeout hits, it resets everything. So probably what it should do is, you see the animation for the trebuchet as it comes up and then comes back. I think the bar on the left should really match the trebuchet, probably. What was the sound effects on the device itself? They've got no sound actually on the actual trebuchet. Like maybe like a whoosh sound, maybe, so as it kind of like a slight creak and a whoosh to kind of indicate it's moving. I was thinking of putting like a slight squeak as it turns, but last time I tried that, it became very annoying and I just kind of gave up trying to make it work. But I could revisit it to kind of indicate the movement is kind of like the wheels turning. Must have some wood creaks and a swing, yeah. The trebuchet. We've got a couple left there. Or squeak, whatever they call it, yeah. Yeah, it'd be nice just to have some creaks in there and sort of just some indications, but at the same time, if the player's moving back and forth a lot like this, you don't want it to be kind of overbearing. So it's finding that middle ground that it's immerses the player, but it doesn't become annoying. week. It could be this week. I know this tree is kind of in the way of that last square over here, but I've left it in its current position, so it does add an element of challenge. Now, whether players would see that as a like a fault or an error, they go, ah, tree is in the way, needs to be moved. What doesn't help is that I've turned the collider off, and the collider normally guides the rock to the last square. I think the tree should have a kind of what a bush would sound, yeah. Because the tree at the moment is it's like a wood hit, like a thud on the wood, which is fine if you're hitting the trunk, but for the most part you'll be hitting the kind of the leaves. The tree's breakable? No, the trees are very much just static, almost rubber in some ways. I want deforestation. Yeah, it could be fun just to have the trees all, after so many hits, the trees just kind of fall over. Eventually a tree would fall over, you keep hitting it with a rock. Forgot to tell you, yesterday night when I did dog walk, I passed this house and the people inside were watching porn, like on a big TV facing the window. What? That's very odd. I find it odd people have their windows fully exposed to their neighbours. Like, there's a house across from me who, if I look out my window, I can see what they're watching. And you go, oh, they're never watching anything they shouldn't be watching. It's just weird that I can just open my kind of blind and see what they're watching from across the street. Whereas we have blinds on all our windows that we just kind of pull the cord and it just makes it harder to look in. But there's people that have no kind of window coverings and full on watch something they're watching. It's very weird, yeah. I'll be honest, but I have all the windows all closed. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. So if you're not too close to the main kind of roads and stuff, and people can't sort of stand outside your house and enjoy what you're watching. It's just common courtesy to do that in private. Yeah. I'm back. What you miss? Yeah, you missed the porn. You missed nothing but. I'm going to just cheat this because it's not going to work without the collider on there. Ah, it's crashed. Okay. So there's no colliders on. No shame. No shame indeed. It's crashed and there's no collider. And it's the entire editor's crashed. And it always crashes the entire editor. I can't. It's really confusing. It's shameless. Shameless indeed. Alright, let's task manager after this. Unity editor. Soup. Revolt, revolt, overthrow, really revolting. I just love that line. I can't remember what was it in. It's sire, the peasants are revolting. They are always revolting. I heard the Windows sound. Yeah, the Windows sound was Windows telling me my keyboard has 1% battery, but it's plugged in and charging right now. Just remind me, oh, by the way, your keyboard is quite a low battery. Yeah, I know, that's why it's plugged in. I do want to click on intro. Sometime I'll come back to this little scene here. This was fun to work on, but I just didn't really get anywhere with it. It jump scared me because I thought Windows were installed on my system. PTSD. I got PTSD triggers from Windows system sounds. Is it lagging or just me? I don't know, have we got a lag? I'm watching on my laptop, it's looking okay. That's on... That is on YouTube. No lag for you, Jeffrey? So let's check on Twitch. No, looking okay. Might need a refresh of the stream. I'm going to have to revisit my stream settings anyway, because I think I need to tweak them a bit. Yeah, that's that input thing. Oh, I will fix the, is that shader? Oh, that's the shader channels. Yeah, all these little warnings I need to go back through at some point. At the moment, they're not affecting the gameplay. It's the gameplay I'm worried about. Let's turn that back up there. Yeah, it might be me. I'm lagging, that's normal since it's yeah. I do feel sorry, sort of that you have to deal with that bot. Not gonna lie, when I heard the sounds when I had Windows, it always slowed my system down even more. So 100% PTSD. Yeah, it's normally giving you like a warning about something, and that something is about to slow your system. I am going to start commenting code out again. Like, this is the biggest thing that's stopping me from just kind of putting a pin in this game and just going, well, it's done for now. Because once I'm confident that this game will run bug free, at least for the first few times you play it, then I'm happy to walk away from it. But if I can't get it to play sort of stably, sort of even after a couple of tries, and it's not going to be worth it. Notifications slow my system down, even if it's me disconnecting USB. That's how bad Windows was. Oh wow. Yeah, the only time I get Windows slowing down is when there's an update to a driver or system update. And it starts slowing down and go, better check Windows update. Oh yes, there we are. We have a pending update. Once I install it and reboot, it's usually happy. But the fact it holds my system hostage until the update's installed is not very good. Right, Bailey's calling. See you next time, Hugs. Lovely stream as always. Thank you, Cobbler. Good to see you. Have a good rest. I'll be back on Monday, so hopefully I'll see you then. Monday we'll be continuing with the DLC for Trine 4. been enjoying Trine 4. It's certainly one of my more favoured of the Trines. The writing's good in that game, and the puzzles are a lot of fun to try and work out. But that end boss was something else. Okay, so it's crashed again, even without that code being run. Oh, and then it's like install an update whenever and forget that I installed it. Nice. I like it. Linux seems to be very detached on. It's very modular, I suppose. So it's the whole process is kind of detached from the general day-to-day running. It's not like, well, nothing's going to work until this update's installed. It's just like, oh, by the way, there's an update. You might get some benefit from it. It's here when you want it. Microsoft side of the project, Windows K2, which they want to better their system by switching from Electron to native application because of competition. Oh. See, stifling competition is not it's not seen very favourable in legal terms. I just don't know how Apple gets away with a lot of it, to be honest. It's definitely crashed in it, yeah. Okay, we're going to start commenting out a lot of code and just reactivating it. Yes, load it back again. I don't even get notifications about updates. One time I forgot to update my system for 2 whole months. And the updates can have a net install size of a negative number. Oh, to actually shrink your system by updating, not bloating it. That's pretty cool. Right, let's go through commenting out sections of code. Where is it? Ends level. Where's progress in it? Game progress. Ah, here they are. At least the least install size I had was -900 and something megabytes. No, that's still massive. Which art do you like the most? I thought Kevin was pretty cool. What was your black metal album art I quite liked. Speaking of which, I really need to clean out my system. Yeah, the Ghostly Warrior, yes, I quite like that one. Yeah, I need to do a bit of a clean. What I just tend to do is carry a lot of crap from old systems, but I need to go and reorganize everything, and it's one of those things you look at it and go, ugh, don't have the time or energy to do this right now. So I don't know whether adding events has caused this to have a lot of issues, because surely Unity should be happy with having an event, unless I'm calling these events in some weird manner that it's unstable. If I save this, go back and trigger the level end, It's not even showing on the screen. Sorry about this, folks. 2 secs. I think I have a disease because I just came from advocating on DC Linux to advocating for Linux on YouTube. You're just very passionate about Linux. Yeah, I don't know a lot about it. Discord, yes. I don't know a lot about it generally. I can use it, I can install it, and generally the general day-to-day stuff. But the more in-depth stuff I don't, but I still would advocate for giving it a go. But it's one of those systems, the more you use it, the more you get used to it. It's not so bad. What is going on with Unity? Two secs, let's see if we can do that. How weird. Okay. Yeah, it takes some time to get comfortable, but it really isn't that bad. Yeah, like, I've been happy with the systems I've used, and I've used a few different distros now, and sort of I started off with Ubuntu because that's the most kind of Windows to Linux friendly transition, and I did actually have this PC dual boot with Windows and Ubuntu until there's I think it's when I installed, so I think I have Windows 7. Yeah, I think I had Windows 7 on here originally. And that was dual boot with Ubuntu. And when I installed Windows 10, I just wiped the entire hard drive and just put 10 on there and never bothered to put a dual boot. When are they releasing Unity bug-free special edition? Yeah, that'd be nice. I honestly don't know what the instability is. Right, let's hit it. It's a run again. Turn the sound off. My friend used to advocate for Linux randomly while we were chatting until the day that I caved, so we both started advocating for it. You have been converted to the ways. Okay. So the end level code runs perfectly fine when you disable most of it. Not entirely surprising. We're going to play again. Castle, we'll cheat it, we'll tell it to complete that grid, tell it to complete this grid, level finishes. Join the dark side, gifts went crazy, yes. Sometimes look at the version of Godot and it says Godot 4.6.2 stable, and when I read stable I say that's 100% not me. Yeah, I don't think anyone's 100% stable. You can be as stable as you can be, but that's all you can really hope for. Okay, so not calling any of these events doesn't crash. We uncomment this bit of code. So this was a bit of code that I thought was crashing it. Jeffrey 1.0 violently unstable. Especially if you play ukulele. Yes, hate ukuleles. They anger me. There we go. The instability is hitting critical. Okay, we'll save this. The amount of times I've gone through this process and it still hasn't really given me more insight as to what's going on. Jeffrey, might I interest you in the big marshmallow rooms? Sounds comfortable. Rewrite the whole system, my suggestion. I'm tempted, you know, I'm tempted. The thing is, this entire game was ad hoc. I had no planning. I didn't even know what I wanted to eventually make. Basically, my idea for this game was one single sentence. It was that: throw rocks at buildings. That's it. That was the entire kind of brief for this game. And I've just kind of made the systems as I went. Because I had no intention of making it more than just what you see in front of you right here. Pray for Bug Junkie, he's getting temptations. Yeah, but the thing is, the whole idea of this game was never to really make a game, as much as play around and see what mechanics I can come up with. Understand why they work, understand why they wouldn't work, find out better ways of doing it, and then go ahead and actually start to try and make something properly. I've always wondered what those pillows in those rooms taste like. They are sweet and fluffy. Okay, I'm pretty confident that that's doing that. Let's stop that. Let's put on the colliders again. Now, if the colliders were an issue, then it would have crashed before now. Because the colliders have been there since I actually started making a level. Like, the colliders were there before I even made a single mechanic. And it hasn't crashed until I started using event calls rather than looping Boolean checks. And I moved away from the looping Boolean because you can't guarantee execution order. It's whenever whatever loop hits the Boolean first is what executes. Plus you got the constant overhead of the loops. If Lisa offers marshmallow soup, I will give my whole family's credit card numbers. Marshmallow soup. It'll be like marshmallow fluff, just kind of liquefied. Very white, sticky soup. And it becomes very questionable then. Okay, clearly there's no issues with the collider. That is doing it fine. It will taste quite sweet, but who cares? I'm pretty confident that that's not causing me an issue right now. That is very much doing as intended. Just for peace of mind, let's run level 2 with the current code setup. It's back, and the rumor had it your soup needs cleaning. Download the soup cleaner for free. Just enter your credit card details for here. There's warning, soup detected. Speed up your soup system. You see, you have marshmallow soup cleaner. Now, marshmallow soup cleaner sounds like an interesting application. I'm shirtless. Oh, the scandal. I want to install more soup, please. It's hot inside. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's sweaty here. It was sweaty at work today because I work on the upper floor of the building, and so all the heat rises into my floor. And the guys downstairs, nice and cool. They have the aircon on, but the aircon pushes all the hot air up onto my floor. Not nice. So if you ever see me with my camera off in the PNG instead, it's quite likely because it is warm and I'd rather be shirtless. Storm tomorrow. Yeah, it's the weather's supposed to be quite damp tomorrow for us. I do have marshmallow soup cleaner. I've streamed shirtless. I don't care. Yeah, that's fair enough. What I need to do is get some tank tops. I do own one tank top, but I don't wear it. It was a promotional tank top. Please send a link to download more soup and RAM. Add RAM too. Download more RAM. Oh, it's an indie game that I spotted at a gaming convention some years ago now. Oh, what was it called? I'm still in the Discord. It's a cool game. I've not played it for years though. I need to go back and play it. There it is. Black Ice. It's an indie game called Black Ice. It's a first-person shooter. But it's all very 80s neon, Tron, Matrixy kind of stuff. But I've got their poster from their stand, where it's a mimic of the copyright infringement adverts. Like, you wouldn't download a car, kind of like don't download a movie kind of thing. But it's actually got like a poster that says you wouldn't download more RAM. I want to install RAM and soup, please. Our tops made up of Panzer tanks. Yes. Yeah, it's a tank top. It's got my picture of a favourite tank on it. Well, the turrets of the tanks, since they're called tank tops. True, yes. It's free soupdownload.free.absolutelylegit.com/soup. Now, just I wonder if the domain absolutelylegit.com actually exists. I wonder if actually someone's bought that. No, link no work outside now. Oh, this game's been running for 4 minutes and not played the slow yet. Time does fly. Right. So not an issue there. Shaking, falling to the ground. And they've got collide, so it's not the collide. Sad Lisa. I also sell emotes. Sell the rest of the emotes. I love how there's a subdomain and a sub-subdomain, which I'm pretty sure won't fly. I'm not sure, can you get sub-subdomains? I've never really looked. Yeah, if you like first-person shooters, and you like a computer 80s virtual reality neon kind of experience, like Tron-inspired games, or Black Ice is a pretty cool indie game. But I've not played it since it became version 1.0. I sell nudes. I might have to stream Black Ice again. I streamed it not long after I had the beta. Freaking expensive. Freaking expensive. Oh, I didn't send you other comments. Oh no. Yeah, the last comment all I had was the subdomain. That's annoying, it's not sending you comments. Got a new picture of you, I just realised. I remember that one grindcore art with a wizard, yes. You have a naked wizard. Okay, so the shaking falling down is definitely not an issue. We're going to play level 3 and just see it working on that. I said, do you know the price of a .com domain name? Yeah, the .coms are expensive. Like .co.uk's aren't too bad. Like you can pick up a .co.uk, but then everybody wants a .com because a .com is seen as international. There's like your country domain. Kind of feels too specialized towards your country. Like if I think it's that Netherlands is it a .nl? Like a non sort of, yeah, so anyone who's not from the Netherlands won't necessarily look for a website that has a .nl on it, but they would look for a .com. So it's not really seen as good for business just to buy a .nl or .co.uk. So they charge you a lot for the .com. No different really, to my knowledge. It's just a domain. Because they tried in the UK, they tried having a .uk. But that just feels weird, because for a long time everyone in the UK is used to a .co.uk. So when you see like a website that says .uk, you go, oh, did they mistype it? Even Amsterdam has its own domain. Oh, right. .com .na is super expensive, which is the one my country uses the most. Oh. .amsterdam. I haven't seen it used, but you can buy them. Oh, right. There are a lot of extra domains you can buy now, but they're really expensive. Like, I'm contemplating having like, I think you can have like even like .streamer. If you wanted to make your own streamer website, I could have like hugjunkie.streamer, but then they charge you a lot for the .streamer. So I've actually just got hugjunkie.co.uk. Far cheaper. But then nobody will find it unless you're in the UK, really. Can't find the .co.na or just .na. Ah. Wait, be right back. I want to go do some research on domain names. Oh, we've triggered off a deep dive. So many times I just have to scratch the itch and go, hang on, I need to know this. And for a long time I had issues with this level 3 because it was having problems with the physics engine freaking out, trying to make the building shake so close to this wall. But we fixed that. And then all the other problems occurred then. What I should have done is backed up the project so I could go back to the stage before it started crashing. But I've changed so many things since then, I don't even know what would do it. But I've not really done anything with my own web domain. What I do, like something nice, like a nice website showing off who I am and some of my content and. But again, what would you put on a streamer's website? Like, I was going to have it for like my DJ stuff as well, so not just for streaming, but for DJing and sort of so many kind of things about me and what I do. I could put on that website. I've just like web design's moved on so much since I've made websites. That's like I look at it now, like sort of. I'm sort of it's a bit more confusing to go, well, where do I even start? And what do I actually want? Because the ideas in my head are very much early 2000s websites, not 2020s websites. I'm definitely 20 years out of date in my web design ideas for my own stuff. But I know a good website when I see one, I just don't know how to translate that into my own content. But at some point I'll have some time aside, I'll sit down, sketch out what a good streamer website would look like. I know a lot of streamers have things like link trees, because it's just easy to go, well, I don't need a website, I just need people to know where they can find me. When you're gonna watch, switch to joystick streams for co-op. Yeah, I don't think I'll be streaming on a joystick anytime soon. We'd make bank. I'm sure we probably would. Yes, just once more to prove a point. And we'll start uncommenting some of the code. So at the moment, the code that's running, none of the event calls are running at this point. I've commented them all out. Okay. So we know what the current state is. It runs, no crashes. So what I've commented out is this. So let's uncomment lines at a time. So we're going to update the level progress. I don't know why I do that as force puppet. Right, update the level progress. I bought 3 Venom shirts, 1 long sleeve, 2 t-shirts. 1 will be a gift for Lisa though. Also 2 Venom CDs I only had on LP. A Cannibal Corpse CD I didn't have yet. And the site I bought had a deal this week. If you buy, you can pick out 1 shirt from 3 they offer. Kubla Kai, Khan, Lorna Shore or Sleep Token. I didn't know Kubla Kai. I don't like Sleep Token so much. So 3 Lorna Shore is. I would have thought, yeah. I was guessing you'd go for Lorna Shore. Like Sleep Token played download last year. I just went back to the tent and just drank instead. Rather drink in a tent than stand and watch Sleep Token. Kubla Kai Khan I've heard of, don't really know the music. I'm back. I got answers. I don't know. I have no idea why. Bro, YouTube blocking my comments might crash out. Oh no. What is YouTube doing? I don't know if there's any way of actually helping you from my end, but is it certain keywords it's blocking, or is it just indiscriminately dropping certain comments? Well, let me go to Twitch. Okie dokie. Yeah, I definitely have more control over Twitch. Like you can override even like the bad words filter to a certain degree. Yeah, so hold it. Do this again. I'm going to do this on all 3 levels. Then I'm thinking I'm going to save and close it, reopen it, test it again. Because it seemed to test fine before, but as soon as I closed it and reopened it, it wouldn't work. So once more on this level. Then we'll try level 1 and then level 3. Save and close, test again. Unless it is the combination of the different events. Or whether I have to call them separately. Because as it is, I've got several events being several functions being subscribed to the one event, which is what I suspect you should be able to do, rather than calling multiple different events. But if I have to split the event into individuals and call all of them, then maybe that's what I have to do, I suppose. Okay, next level. My knowledge of C# events is minimal, so I might be doing something that isn't stable to do. But I could do just reading up a little bit more and go, okay, what's best practice with C# events? That seems pretty stable to me. I am here now! Welcome over to the dark side. Well, I hate MFA. Yeah, MFA is supposed to be this great thing that secures your accounts, but it's a pain in the ass. As I was saying, yes. Do continue. Using .com is cheaper than using .com.na or plain.na. Okay, interesting. So actually using the country-specific domain is actually more expensive. And odd. Like the difference between .com and .co.uk is about, I think the .com is about 4 times more expensive. So it's like, do I really want to quadruple my cost just to have a internationally recognized domain? Or do I keep my country's ID and sort of and recognized that I am a streamer and content creator from the UK, and that it's not too far fetched that someone would expect my website to be a .co.uk. It's like 300 Nambian dollars to use .com, which is about 17 US dollars, and like $650 Namibian for .co.na. Wow, which is 38 US dollars and 4,300 Namibian dollars, which for .na, which is about 256 US dollars. Wow, that's a lot of money for a domain. That's ridiculous. I'm going to hit stop. What I'm going to do is go save this. I'm going to exit. I'm then going to reopen the project. Do some more testing. is pronounced Nam Ibiam. Ibiam? Ibiam? Nam Biam. Nam Ibiam. Hopefully that's close. Yeah, I'm so anything that's a non-English word, I am absolutely hopeless. Try and pronounce a colleague's name earlier today. And I'm not sure what nationality she was, but I had to basically slowly sound out her surname. Twitch is buffering so much more than YouTube, so let me switch back since I'm at least 30 seconds behind. Okie dokie. It's really not happy for you, is it? Although I found Nick's had problems with Twitch, and their internet was wasn't great. But now the internet's a lot better. It should be happy for Twitch. I'm going to do a quick test of this. Now, I have a theory that it doesn't like me subscribing multiple processes to one event call. As a hunch. I don't know if that's a thing. But it won't hurt to have multiple events. I'm guessing there's probably more of a overhead on it. We shall find out. Let's try that again. Num I Bayern. Num I Bayern. Num I Bayern. Is that any closer? Or Nami Bayern. Nami Bayern? Might put it in Google and have a listen. Say it like bean. Ah, okay, bean. So, Nami bean. It's crashed. See, it was working before I reopened the project, but it's crashed now. I don't know how to explain it. People pronounce stuff. Yeah, it becomes hard when different languages have different sounds for their vowels. Yeah, let me put it into to Google. Namibian. 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 Yes. Namibian. Cool. I have learned a word. Right, let's kill Unity again. At this point, I am getting closer and closer to just restarting the whole project. I have actually created a new version of the project, and did start to bring stuff over, but I was going to do that as a secondary, like almost like a remake of it in a more stable fashion. But I might end up having to do that beforehand because this is just unstable. It's harder for me because I know some English names but no idea how to spell them. Night Junkie. Night because you kill Unity. A lancet. Stab it through the centre with a lance. A mighty sword. Right, so what we're going to do is re-comment that line out. Let's save. Run this and see if it runs. What are we doing for time? Let's go in probably another 45 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna give up and try again next time. So that seems to work okay there. Turns out YouTube doesn't like sensitive topics. Can't say twin towers. Sensitivity. There's multiple. There's got to be surely multiple instances where there's more than one tower. I know typically that's the most famous instance of two towers recalled. But this is what I kind of hate on certain online platforms, is that you could legitimately have a good conversation about a sensitive subject that has no negative feelings expressed, but they won't let you anymore because some people might not have a positive conversation. As I was saying, my favourite level is the twin towers. There's two separate sentences there. Yeah, I didn't even intend it to kind of have that that kind of reference in it. I thought, oh, we have one building, how about I try doing two buildings and make them taller? And unfortunately, the too tall buildings that eventually collapse. I love Twitch for its chat, but I love YouTube for its reliability. Yeah, YouTube generally is pretty stable video wise, but Twitch has quite a strong chat functionality. You can do a lot more with Twitch. There's a lot more functionality around the chat, but YouTube's been going for a lot longer, and their video technology is far superior, I'd say, in some ways. I know Twitch's latency is going to be better, but then would you rather have stability or latency? Because YouTube definitely has the stability, whereas Twitch has the latency. Twitch is reliable, have a good internet. Yes, if you don't have a good internet, Twitch is a nightmare, from what I've heard. Also, a question: when I was on Twitch, why was there a diamond next to my name? So on Twitch, streamers are allowed to allocate VIP diamonds to chat members they'd like to give a little bit more privilege to. So everybody who comes into my stream regularly and has been helpful, I've just assigned a VIP diamond to. All it really does is stops any automated process and being unfairly judging. So you get a bit more leniency from the bots by being a VIP. But I can only give so many diamonds out. I can't remember, I think it's about, I want to say 20 diamonds. But then I've still got some diamonds left. And I can reallocate them. I was just typing what does it do as you started explaining what it does. But yeah, it basically means the bots see you as a regular and goes, okay, this person's cool, I don't have to be so harsh on them. So it's kind of like a mod, for instance, like a channel mod won't have the bots timing them out or removing comments. VIP members have the same privilege as what a mod would have. As far as protection from the bots, obviously you can't do anything as a VIP. It's just more of a chat protection. Thanks for the down, I guess. No problem. Like, you've been extremely helpful, bot, over the sort of over many streams. As is quite a few other members of my viewers. So anyone who's been extremely helpful to me recently, I've just dropped a little diamond on them. And both Jeffrey and Lisa have been extremely helpful and good friends, so I've upgraded them to mods, taking their diamonds off them, because you can't have a diamond and a mod sword, so you either have a sword or a diamond. So okay, took their diamonds off and give them swords. So the sword has everything the diamond has, but with the extra abilities. So yeah. But yeah, channels only have so many VIP diamonds to give out. Don't recall seeing used in too many channels. Honorific mention Cobbler, yes. Cobbler on Twitch I've given a diamond to, I believe. But yeah, I don't think YouTube has such a thing. Like, you have, like, I'm not sure if you see it, but you have crowns. Like you got a number 2 crown. Blender Helpline, yes. But I don't know if the crown has any advantages, or it's just kind of like, hey, this person talks a lot, here's a crown. The number 1 crown is given to Restreambot, who says it chats the most, which is, it's because everyone chats on Twitch, gets relayed to YouTube, and of course YouTube sees that as a single chatter. MHL has a number 2 crown as well. There's a joint number 2. But I honestly don't know what this says. XP. So you're gaining XP on YouTube, but I don't know how to use that. I don't know what benefit YouTube XP is. Yes, I constantly chat, so can be number 1, but Restreambot always has more messages than me. Yeah, I would like to exclude. I have to look at the settings, see if I can exclude Restream bot. Because it's just a bot, it shouldn't be getting #1 spot. But I'll have a look at that at some point. I'll go through and see what I can do to iron up the stream. Because I've kind of neglected how the stream kind of benefits from all the contribution you guys do. Because the most I've done so far is put things like soup and putting up the little panda pop and stuff, which is nice and all. But I know you can do all these kind of fancy things with bots that allow you guys to kind of do stuff. It resets per stream, but I have no idea what it does. Just looks cool. Yeah. It's really kind of like gives you like a little badge to go, hey, you're like #2 chatter right now. Yeah, cool. Nice to know. But on like on the bot, for instance, my Mix It Up bot I'm using for like managing chat, that's collecting points, so everybody's got a point score. Like if I go to yours, for instance, yeah, so you got 4,695 points. But I've got nothing for you to spend those points on. When I started watching your stream is the time I discovered the crown, because I really didn't do any live streams. Oh. Yeah, I've only... It seems to be only fairly recent anyway. But it'd be nice to do something like, okay, you're the biggest chatter in the stream, you get extra points in the bot or something, and then because you have points in the bot, you can now do these things. Like, I would like to have it so if I started doing DJ streams again, maybe the points could be exchanged for like song requests, or that means only people that are here chatting a lot gets to request a song. And it's not unfair really to anyone who's just joined, because they go, oh, I don't have the points. What points did you just talk about? I heard 4,000 something. Yeah, you got 4,000. Let's have a look again. Yeah, 4,696 points. You compare that to that Restream bot, for instance. Oh yeah, I've told the bot not to actually count any points for Restream bot, so Restream bot has 0 points. If we take like MHL has 1,277 points. And so Cobbler's 737. So yeah, so you gathered a lot of points, but I have nothing for you to spend it on. So I'll have to think of something. How are your Dutch going? It's going nowhere. Yeah, so I've considered trying to talk to my colleagues in the office in Dutch. Still no cheese here, kaas. Mina, oh, that's it. Pay mal. Now, would you combine those two words and be pay mal kaas? Or was that just a bit wrong? And of course, you know, Frackendale. Yes. Oh I know words when I read them. Brickendale, yeah. I can read words, but I couldn't tell you the translations if you asked me. So I can read some Dutch now. I ate a Cas Bruges. Afrikaans for cheese, bread, or cheese sandwich. Ooh, I love a cheese sandwich. Or any combination of cheese and bread. I'm there for that. That's kind of one of my main weaknesses is cheese and bread. No, how to explain the pronunciation. That's fine. What I shall do. Let's type this in. So BROOD. Okay, yeah, just traditional South African grilled cheese sandwich toasted over warm coals during a braai or barbecue. Let's see how I pronounce it. Pronunciation. How to pronounce. Broodje. So, kaas broodje. Oh, I pronounced one thing correctly. Ah, cool. So I can pick up some educated guesses on pronunciations. Very cool. So it's effectively a grilled cheese in American terms. Thinking of changing my Twitch name to my artist name. Keep things together. People want to find me under the same name. Yeah, having kind of a unified name across different things certainly helps. That's why I try to get Hug Junkie on every platform. It's just unfortunate I've had to be DJ Hug Junkie in some places. But that's when I was mainly focusing on being a DJ, not a general all-around content creator. As far as I've seen some people in the past go, hey, if you want to find me on this platform, it's this name, on this platform, it's that name. You go, oh, that's trying to keep track of oh, this person's the same person as that person is that person. Since I go the artist name later than Twitch, but black metal is going well. On a second review already, and people keep sharing such. Ooh, nice. Yeah, if you want people to naturally find you, if they're typing in your artist name into a search engine, it's going to pick up the Twitch channel as well as your Bandcamp and all your art sort of around that name. I know if you type in Hug Junkie into a search engine, you find pretty much everything to do with me. So I've done reasonably well keeping a brand together. But I tend to throw everything under the same name. Since nonsensical games as a Discord name just doesn't fit. Yes, the problem is certain longer names just becomes harder to keep together. Yeah, the feeling there's more messages. Damn it, bot. Why do they keep doing this to you? Yeah, I was very fortunate to get this name. Because I've had it for long before a lot of things become popular. And as soon as another thing pops up, I go, oh, I'll grab that name. And then that platform becomes popular and I've already got it there. I first picked it for my indie games on itch, but Discord wouldn't fit, so I used my second name. Ah, that's fair. Yeah, it's a good name for like a publisher or game dev. But yeah, it becomes hard when you've got a longer name. And so shorter names are highly sought after. It crashed again. It's crashed. And yet there's no event calls. I'm not understanding this. Right, let's kill Unity. I'll load it up once more. No. Right, I've already grabbed all my social media stuff for my next project, Moongate Mage. So I wanted to make sure I secured that before I actually started the project. And everything will be under that name. But I'll still be streaming on this channel for it. But probably do some more specific stuff under that particular name. So again, if someone's searching for Moongate Mage, I want them to be able to find the content. Okay. So we have no events being called. So it can't be any of the events that are crashing it. And we know this code worked before. Maybe console.log everything. I have. That's the annoying thing, but I have. And it crashes before it gives me logs. Which is extremely useful. Like, I'd rather it actually go, okay, log this, log that, log this, and then crash. But the editor seems to crash before I can see the log. So if I highlight the console now, it's quite useful that it crashes for your first log. Yeah, let's see how far we can get with this. So we'll do that one side, we'll clear that, go to the other side. So you find the code that runs before any log and see what exactly runs. Yeah, now that's the ideal thing. Like at the moment I've done exactly the same as what I did before it crashed. And it's run this time. But it's not a consistent issue. So it becomes hard to try and track because it's not this is a thing that happens every time. It seems to be very much yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on. Because if it was consistent, I can go, okay, start removing stuff and reintroducing it until it crashes. So where's comic book? Yes. It's already taken, even though it's a made-up word by me. Oh no, Jeffrey. That's annoying. Don't know if it's worth it then. Have to have odd numbers or whatever. Yeah, add numbers. I hate having to add a number to something. Because a name feels nice and concise if it's just the letters. And no kind of shade on anyone who's had to put numbers on their name. Because numbers can still have meanings. Like got a fellow streamer and mod friend, Mad Max, and so he put his high school football jersey number. So that number means something to him. Yeah, could add official, yeah, or 666. Yeah. Remember back, I don't know if it's kind of showing my age a little bit. There was a stage where people had usernames of all kinds of random characters. I don't know if you can even use them these days, whether they kind of filtered out. But I remember Xbox gamer tags. If you wanted something that was quite unique, but basic at the same time, like if you wanted your name or like a username that's quite popular, to kind of put random symbols and characters either side of it to make it look pretty and kind of make it look unique. Or if you're in like a part of a particular clan, you use the same symbols. I have a couple of friends on the Xbox that still have that. They've not changed their gamer tag since. But it's kind of cool that it allows you to do that. My Xbox gamer tag has a number behind it which hurts my soul. Oh no. Yeah, I think I ended up changing. I thought it's been so long since I've seen my tag. I think my tag is DJ Hood Junkie. See, it's working now. I honestly don't know. Reminds me of the Xbox 360. I don't know why. Yeah, the 360 was my first Xbox I had. It's still actually up on the shelf up there. My first 360, because it's had the red ring of death, and I tried to fix it. It worked for a bit, and it stopped working. I bought a new one of the slim 360s. So that one's up there as an ornament at the moment. It's a good machine though. I currently own 3 Xbox 360 Slims because I've managed to find a few cheap ones on eBay. Because the replacement I bought was the Halo ODST edition, so it's the silver one with noises when you hit the buttons. But rather than using that one, I found some just regular black ones on eBay. Xbox 360 is first console I ever touched. Nice. Yeah, I had the Sega Mega Drive or Sega Genesis 2 as my first console. And then the PlayStation 1, then PlayStation 2. And then yeah, I got the 360. The day I saw the red ring of death, I crashed to the ground. Oh, I bet. Yeah, that console. That console's got a lot of meaning to me because I wanted one for a while, and my girlfriend at the time convinced me. Go, you know what? You really want this console, and I want to see you happy. So, go out there, buy the console. You deserve to have it, kind of thing. And convinced me to go and buy the console. So I went out, bought it, came back, and she was excited that I was excited to have the console. And just kind of just sat there watching me play it. It's very cool. But yeah, it's still up there. Not going to get rid of it. It doesn't work. In the back of my mind, I almost feel I could probably fix it again at some stage, but I don't want to part with it. It's a retro console now. Damn, that sounds nice. Yeah, it was. But yeah, it's still up there. It's only got a 20 gig hard drive on it. But yeah, so I got multiple Xbox 360s now. One of them's permanently got a the Kinect plugged into it, and my Halo one I've got plugged into a screen next to my other computer. I remember my first time playing Minecraft free trial on 360. Good times, yeah. Life was much simpler back then. It was. That's the theory. That the theory is people aren't nostalgic for the things of the past. They're nostalgic for how they felt in the past. Like you go, okay, I'm nostalgic for the games, playing the games sort of back then. You go, yeah, there's fun then, but things were simpler. You just enjoyed playing games. You didn't have to worry about a lot of stuff. I had the most fun playing Kinect games. I actually love the Kinect games. That's why I have an Xbox in the other, Xbox 360 in the other room with the Kinect plugged into it, so I can just load it up and play all my old Kinect games. My Xbox One is actually sat underneath the shelf just here. So if I wanted to do like an Xbox One stream, I can just switch it on, flip OBS over to it, and just stream Xbox games. But yeah, it's very hard to sort of stream Kinect games. Yeah, the Kinect failed on the Xbox One. That was the problem. They tried to force people to have it on the Xbox One. You could only buy an Xbox One with a Kinect, but then didn't bring out any decent Kinect games for the One. And then eventually released the Xbox One without the Kinect, and then just gave up on it because the sales were so bad. But the Kinect games are great, and the Kinect sensor is a fantastic piece of technology. It's been used for other things other than games. Like the Kinect sensor has been programmed for other systems and can be used for like 3D scanning objects. If you want to take a Kinect sensor, you can use it to scan an object into Blender, for instance. So it's useful for other things more than originally Microsoft intended. Kinect games really brought families together in my experience. Yeah, like when I first got it, I had the whole family kind of dancing around in front of it, trying to like dodge things on the screen, or playing bowling and or baseball, or lots of fun stuff. It was great. But I think VR is kind of taken over from that now. Like PlayStation Move sort of seem to have sort of the same effects, and then the PlayStation VR, and then the Meta Quest has all that kind of stuff now. And Xbox have said they're not going to go into VR. But then VR is very singular experiences. It's not you and your family, you and your friends. VR is very much me inside my own world, which is cool, but it kind of disconnects you from those that are sat next to you. And I do miss the sitting together and playing something experiences that a lot of games don't have. It's all kind of online now. There was this one dancing game. I remember it. Remember us all in the living room, just dancing, laughing at each other. Oh, awesome! I had the Dance Central games for Xbox. I had at least 3 Dance Central games. Because I know they had Dance Dance Revolution for other consoles. What was the other one? No. Yeah, I can't remember. There's quite a few different dancing games at the time. But Dance Central is the one that I had for Xbox Connect. All those kind of games brought people physically together. There's this one, what is it? And there's this like skiing game. That's best at it. Skiing. Ooh. I know there's like a Kinect Sports. That was fun as well. The only thing with the Kinect is trying to control it, holding your hand up and go, come on, get my hand. No, grab it. And no, push that button there, that button. I'm just trying to get to recognise your hand sometimes. It had some kind of sort of drawbacks of how well it picked it up. Yeah, mobile games drove us apart, yeah. A lot of gaming is very kind of isolated now. The couch co-op experience is more of a niche. The big thing now is yeah, sort of mobile gaming and online sort of massive servers type stuff. But I still enjoy sitting next to somebody playing the same game together. And those experiences are a bit harder to find. It's quite late here, and I don't think I'm going to get to the bottom of this this issue tonight, unfortunately. So we're pretty much where we were at the start of the stream, which is a little frustrating project-wise. But the stream has been fun, and I've enjoyed talking to everybody.
Epic!
It's just, yeah. 12:23. Ooh, that is late, bot. You need to get yourself some rest. Have a great weekend and good night, everyone. Thank you, Lisa. Have a good night. Thank you, streamer, as always. Yes. There's all those awesome emotes. Yeah. I hope you have a good night. Have a good weekend. We'll tackle this again next week. I might have a look in the meantime, see what I can do with it. But until then, I'll be back on Monday with some Trine 4 with Jeffrey and Lisa. We'll see if we can finish the DLC. Good night. Enjoy the stream conversation. You'll have an awesome weekend. Thank you all. Soup scammer. I want my scoop. There's the soup. Right. Hope you have a good night. Have a good weekend. And I shall see you all Monday. Good night all.